I'm coming.
More than 2 years ago.
The original...
The tech of the PS5, it's like an open, the 4K, HDR, improved haptics, 60 frames. Reimagine The Last of Us. It gave us opportunities to rebuild our characters at the highest fidelity. Not only are the characters more detailed, I mean down to the irises and the pupil depth. Aside from that, the facial animation, reactions, glances, glares, right? Like you get all of it.
So no matter what, you stick to me like glue.
Like glue.
Like glue. Got it. Good. Good.
We just have the highest fidelity characters in the cutscene, but also in gameplay. It's the same character, so now we can do these seamless transitions in and out. The game has benefited from seamless transitions and emotional scripting.
Pretty good, huh?
Our stories happen in gameplay, on a stick.
She knew my mom.
I'll keep you constantly in this world.
Riley, come here. Now you got this, go.
One of the things that the enabling is that we're able to have a density of physics objects, bumpables, chippables, breakables, destructible objects in a scene. It just makes the world feel rich, makes it feel lived in. Materials can have the properties that you'd expect. The turret truck, when it's firing at you and it's just sending objects flying left and right.
That it invokes.
And it's giving us a with.
Surround him!
Our AI tech has just increased incredibly, and it has sophisticated systems for things like how these NPCs perceive and understand what the player is much more sophisticated.
Now how it's so much more rewarding coming out of it from the other side.
Get out!
One of the other big AI improvements is the buddies. The buddies technology that we developed for The Last of Us Part 2, their exposure. We not only have exposure, we have future exposure. Seconds, that corner is going to be exposed. So I'd better move now. This really lets the buddies make very complex decisions and maintain that believably. Another is technology called motion matching. Motion matching is this technology that's basically using logic that tries to match the desired movement to a bucket of hundreds of animations. Run this whole gauntlet of movements to get a really full set of all the different ways a person can move. And then it's basically every frame trying to find that fits the path of where the character is going to go. And this motion model just gives this really seamless sense of transition. The player's movement is just a lot cleaner space.
First, we just had to, beyond that, we wanted to add several features that fans have been asking for. For example, we now have a permadeath mode. Along that, we've added a brand new speedrun mode, so players can time themselves. There's a whole community of gamers that do this game. Beyond that, we added a bunch more of unlockables. So there's all these different outfits for Ellie and Joel that people can unlock. A model viewer mode, so people can really appreciate the details. We added
every single accessibility option that we offer.
As she surveys the apartment, her eyes wander to Joel. She steps past the couch. He wears the wristwatch Sarah gifted him, which now has a cracked face.
To my knowledge, this is the first PlayStation game that has...
Now it's nighttime. Joel stirs in his sleep.
And that's really on this game.
so much of the
We revamped everything from these expansive vistas that not only the rooftops overlooking the Capitol building, for example, like just the breath of fresh air when you go up there and you just you feel that sort of release in tension. And then down in the tunnels in Wilds, and you get that dank, flooded tunnel feel. These environments are just completely reimagined.
Now we got haptics, the 3D audio, the fast loading. It really creates a much
video in The Last of Us Part 1 is being able to hear an enemy before they sneak up on you. And trying to do you're hearing them skitter around in a different room, and you're hearing them trying to get it behind you. having that two-part reaction of like, just really heightens that sense of just being grounded. You are in this character, you are in this world. The amount of control that developers have over the DualSense, it's really, really cool. All it works with the bow is that at the very beginning, when they're starting to draw the bow, there's a little bit of resistance. And then when you release the bow, you're also getting that resistance going out of the trigger. When you are a haptic vibration on the shot, and then what haptic vibration on the pump of the shotgun. And what's much more sophisticated about that on the DualSense is that, and those two beats is what you're going to feel on the controller.
This looks like a good spot.
This also ties in to the new workbench animations. So if you're seeing Joel something in or putting a new stock on a gun, that moment where he's like, check on that. We have, haptics all across the board, for all the moments you kind of expect, for clambering, jumping, landing, meleeing, getting meleeed, like all those kind of high intensity moments we have represented in the haptics. Joel goes in to pet the giraffe, getting that little light touch on the haptics as he's petting the giraffe. To me, that's the essence of The Last of Us. It's the high tension moments, it's the low tension moments, it's all of it in as many ways as we can. And that's what the new technology on the
So is that everything you hoped for?
Jury's still out.
There's something of playing as Joel and Ellie on this journey, then to take that experience and really honor it, but elevate it, whether it's pipeline, whether it's art direction, whether it's a technology, everything that not different, extremely better.